how ready are you, Drip? Like, you ready for right
I
now?
am so ready.
Yeah?
I'm ready.
You ready? So ready that, like, we're already doing it? Because we're
Yes.
live? That's how ready you are?
Yes.
Oh, I messed up
Yes.
my camera. Boo. Boo. Gotta come. Whatever, guys. What's up? How we doing? Good to see you. Good to have you. We haven't been live in a little bit, Drip. It's been a little bit.
It has been. Look at that. You see what that is right there? You know what that is? Right there?
What is that?
It's a sock. Need to move it.
A sock. Move your sock, Dobby.
Oh man, hey, remember that controller I said I was gonna give to you? It came today. You have to see it because it's a really cool color.
Oh, sweet, sweet. I love when he talks to me, like removes his headphones and then talks to me. He does it all the time. It's almost like a power move from him, where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna talk, and then I can't hear you, but I'm talking anyway." What's up, Mega Boyd? What's up, Jetroidvania? What's up, Full Metal? Good to see you guys.
Hello. Dude, I don't have the chat up either, dude. I am like,
You're all good, man. I know you were last second stuff tonight.
Okay.
We are here. We are doing it. I'm assuming music is coming at some point, right?
Oh, I thought I had it on. I'm listening to it. You're not. Hang on.
Yeah.
Here, let me give that to you.
Oh,
there you go.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Now I could be.
Wait, can you hear these? Are these happening? Hang on.
Yes, Strip. Indeed, I heard that.
All right.
And guess what? I just threw on the screen.
What? Snow.
Snowflakes. Mega.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Mega Boy just
Good.
said. Who said that? No, Mega Boy just said Merry Christmas, but it made me think about Christmas. So I was like, oh, I have snowflakes right in front of my face here. Let me turn them on, and here they are. Snowflakes.
Hell yes.
Merry Christmas. I should send a noti out. I didn't get a noti ready. That's my baddie.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't, but okay, I have the chat. Hi, Full Metal, Jeff.
This pre-show
Mega.
is more for us than it is. Oh, I have a Thanksgiving notification I never sent out. It's sitting right here in my computer. I never sent it out. That's funny. Whoops.
For Thanksgiving?
From Thanksgiving. It said Happy Thanksgiving. First words. Okay. Where's announcements? Announcements. I want to copy that. Give me that. Copy.
Oh, well, thanks, Mega. Sounds like a great time. Going to Vegas?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's awesome. So, Jeeb, this is the one I'm keeping. This is the one for the Switch. It's the 8-Bit Do Ultimate 2C. This is the blue one for the Switch.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure this is like close to that Sonic color they had, but this is the one I'm sending to you for Windows and Android. Okay. This color is sick. It's called Brownie.
Brownie. Oh, is that like it's like a tanny brownie?
It's like a it's like brown and the buttons are like tan.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like.
Is the top a different color? I can't see half of it. You're all half off the screen. Put it in front of you. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's just a light on top. That's just like light hitting it. It's the same color. This is like a tan, and then it's like a lighter brown.
That looks very cool. That's unique. I've never had a brown controller before.
It's very Tom Nook.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I have no use for it, but
it'll look good in like a minimalist apartment in the future. You know, like you know what I mean, like a nice wood color white wall apartment.
Yeah. So this is here. So tomorrow you need to text me about 55 times and say, "Go to the fucking post office. Go to the fucking post office. Go to the fucking post office."
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I do want to get that stream happening before Christmas. Like next week is when I want to do it. This was the last thing I was waiting on, but I have a gigantic box here. I need to make sure everything's in it. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm excited to do that, like Christmas style unboxing. Like,
dude,
what's here? What's this? What's
there's
this?
multiple pairs of Joy-Cons. There's multiple
this?
Controllers. There's all kinds of stuff in there. There's all kinds of goodies.
Hell
It's gonna be a nice one.
The color that's Pantone color. That's the Pantone color of the year. What? Mrs. G knows what she's talking about.
Merry
I got
Christmas,
no idea. What those words don't make have no meaning to me whatsoever. Yeah. Abby, give you one of these, Full Metal. Again, these words mean nothing to me. But
what is happening right now?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Apparently, Pantone color of the year is a meaningful thing to some people, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You know, I'm guessing it's a feminine thing. You know, which you and we're a lot of things, Drip, but I don't think we're very feminine. You know, maybe someone else will disagree. I don't know. 1 month and a half to go, finishing a 15-hour Zelda game. Huh? Oh yeah. Hari's giving you shit for
I finished it.
Just finishing the game.
Fuck off. It's done. I finished it.
He finished the game, and we did a review for members only. Hari, if you're not a member, if you want to watch that shit,
it's
up right now.
I really enjoyed doing that. That was a good talk.
Graphic design.
I think I said some surprising things in it.
Update, apparently not feminine. It's apparently a graphic design thing. I thought it was like makeup or some sort of incredibly crafty, like they sell Pantone sells things at Joann Fabrics. So that's where my brain went, you know?
I just figured it was something on TikTok that my 14-year-old probably knows about that I don't yet, but I will know.
That still might be true. Probably is true.
I don't know.
I
got a beer of the week.
All right, we have lots of hot takes. I do too.
Okay, so I got this for tomorrow actually, but I've never had it, so I was gonna try one tonight.
Well, man, I didn't think of you that way, but I figure you wear makeup at least on occasion. I mean, I know you're not like, very feminine.
You know the Simply Spiked things I get? They have a cranberry version out.
Wow.
It's apple cranberry and then signature cranberry. But I was like, these would be cool to have for the watch party tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's very cool.
Yeah, but I want to try one of these.
Which one should I try? I should get a beverage. Miss G, we should get beverage for me tomorrow. Some little case of something.
Should I try the apple or just the regular?
I don't need alcohol. Yeah. I got a couple
apple or regular?
Gee. I'm sorry. I'm talking to him.
Apple or regular?
Huh?
Which one? Apple, regular?
Apple. Of course, apple. Always apple. Okay. My beer is not a beer, but it's something I thought I needed, but I'm actually not going to open it because I don't need it anymore. I took an hour nap. I took advantage of your hour and 15-minute delay and took an hour nap because I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I don't know really why I just couldn't go back to sleep this morning, so I got up and just stayed up. But anyway, I got myself a Diet Mountain Dew, and Mrs. G just took it from me. It's gone now. You saw it for a second. It was gone. It was here, and then it's gone.
There's not enough caffeine in that to do a damn thing to me.
I don't drink caffeine, so that's plenty for me. In fact, it got me through this morning because again, I couldn't go back to sleep, but I was groggy. You know what I mean? So I did a video on the PlayStation Corner this morning, and I was just like, I'm falling asleep. Let me drink a Mountain Dew, and it worked. And I'm the guy who's like, don't take medicine if you don't need it. Don't like, and that includes like drugs like caffeine and stuff. Like if you don't need it, don't like routine coffee in your day. That's terrible for you. Like, and because if you don't do that, and the day that you need caffeine, it works. Like today,
yeah, that's true.
I never use caffeine because I don't crave it. I'm not addicted to it.
Yeah.
But this morning I fucking needed it to wake up. And guess what? A Diet Mountain Dew is all I needed to get back on my day. And the rest of my day was fine. I was awake the rest of the day.
Whatever, you nerd.
If you don't take Tylenol because number one, you'll ruin your liver. But number two, it's less effective if you just take it over and over for every ailment you got. Don't take Tylenol all the time. Don't take ibuprofens. Avoid everything that you can until you need it. And when you need it and you take it, it's like relief.
Well, thanks, Dr. G.
Thank you.
Keep that in mind.
I am a medical practitioner.
Don't say that on the internet. Live. Please.
We're not monetized yet. Who cares? They can't take our money away. There's no money to be made.
Doesn't matter. God, don't say that.
There's a lot of things I've said that's probably way worse.
Some berries from the woods.
No, but I'm like a trash can in this house. Like anything that they don't eat in this house, I'm just like, I go in there and
just
I'm like,
clean that shit right up.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I love that.
It's what, Thanksgiving turkey, whatever, man. It's only December 11th. I can eat that Thanksgiving turkey. It's
Trust
fine.
Dr. G. Wow, Power Mad.
What's up,
You're
Power
up
Mad?
late.
What's up, Spartan? What's up, Kenny? Hey, good to see you guys.
Power Mad is up quite late.
He is. I mean,
what time is it there?
Dude, he's been waiting
It's got to be like.
He's been waiting
3.
He's been no, probably. Well, yeah, but he's been waiting like 2 weeks for a stream, dude. We haven't streamed in a couple weeks. Let's see.
I know we haven't.
What time is it in? It is 2:28 in London, so I guess that's the same time in that whole country, right?
I have no idea what their time zones are. No idea.
I don't know either. I just know that's for my Alex timer. I know
yes, the Alex timer. How's he doing? I've not talked to him in a while.
That bastard is great. That
Good.
bloke is
Good to
a
hear.
good bloke. He's a good bloke.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Here's a crazy thing that probably won't happen, but I'm gonna say it into existence. I might be going to Germany next year.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
That's
there's a
interesting.
non-0% chance that I'm going to Germany next year.
A what percent chance?
Non-zero.
A non-zero?
Yeah. I'm not committed to give you a number percent because I
It's
don't.
just not zero.
It's just not zero. It went from 0% to now not 0%, which I'm very excited for the possibility.
yeah, that would be cool.
You know.
Yeah.
And what's cool is Alex is also trying to weasel in the wives, our significant others.
Hell
So like
yeah.
it'd be like it'd be like Miss Jeeb and I would get to go on vacation in Germany. That'd be great. You know.
Yeah. So, well, you need to figure out a way that I can go too.
If he can get a fit, I guess I could just tell Miss Jeeb to stay home.
Oh, sorry. He's taking his other significant other. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I very much doubt that he'll be able to get 5 tickets, but hey, maybe he will. I don't know.
What's it to?
I think it's Gamescom in Germany.
Okay.
Next year,
okay.
2025. And
Yeah, that's cool.
One of our sponsors might hook us up.
And then we never saw Jeeb again.
Comrade Jeep goes to Germany.
Oh God.
What could happen? What could happen? I don't know. I got to be on my best behavior.
Yeah.
Stream the whole trip. I mean, I might. I mean, although when in Rome, but in this case, it's when in Germany. You know,
I'd see how the cell service.
I'm
is
just gonna
there.
eat like so many fucking bratwursts. Like
Okay, hey,
You don't understand.
let's start this show.
we did
Let's
start.
do
It's
this.
already started. You didn't even know. It's already started.
I mean, like an actual show.
Really? I like this instead. I haven't streamed in a while.
I like
man.
this, but
I
dude,
wanna
we gotta
stream.
go.
I need to talk
It's
to
already
people. again.
9:30.
I miss you people. All you people in the chat, I miss you
I
very
miss
much.
you people too. It's
Yeah.
good to be back. It is. It's great to be back. But
It's late. It's
I
late
have a
for you.
sick 14-year-old upstairs, and it's
Yeah.
her birthday.
Maybe I'm gonna be nuts. Maybe if I'm nuts, I'll go live on Twitch after this. I don't think I will. I'm already feeling a yawn coming on. All right, let's do this.
Your shirt says nuts. Was that did you mean to make that joke?
No,
You didn't?
no. Forgot I was
Oh.
wearing this shirt. Well, it's a hoodie or whatever you call this. A hoodless hoodie.
I
A
see
sweater.
that.
It's a sweater, Drip. That's what it is.
It's a crew neck. It's a crew neck. I see that crew neck every single day
Yeah, you
of
told
my
me that. Yeah,
life.
you told me that. Yeah.
There's a picture of you wearing it on my refrigerator.
Wait, I'm gonna try to
Close.
I'm trying to recreate. This is it, right? This is it.
That's pretty close.
This is it. Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Huh?
It is.
Oh yeah. No, fucking.
I was about to say yes. I was about to say that.
Nick's face is the cutest
Nick's
face
face
in
is
the world.
priceless. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get this show started.
Let's do it.
What's my buttons? There we go. Oh no, nuts! Oh nuts! Oh nuts! Oi,
Come and get it.
Mister! My nuts! I'm just saying, Mrs. Jeeb's really judging me. Okay, let's get the show started. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to the Drip and Jeeb podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jeeb, and with me is host Jimmy Gaming. Record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for real this time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also become a member of this podcast, get extra podcast content every single month, like we just did Drip earlier this week. None of y'all saw it unless you remember. We recorded an episode offline. We were not live, Drip. How crazy was that?
I know. We usually don't do that. It's usually really
Yeah.
scary when we do that. Why is it so weird when we record not live?
Well,
I always think it's so odd.
For me, it's because I never do it. I don't make videos hardly ever. So just doing anything without I feel like the chat gives me a calming sense. Like, I love the chat. You guys are my best.
Yeah,
my
they're
faves.
here. Yes, they're here for moral support.
They really are. They don't understand how
They
important
are.
they are. They're very important.
They are. They make me feel very
Because when we
comfortable.
do this offline, it's like, I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
I mean, I think we did a little better this last time, but it is always just that, like, it's just weird.
I think we did great this last time because I know for me in particular, I've been making these videos for PlayStation Corner, as I've said a couple times here.
Yep.
And I've been making like 3-4 videos a week. So like I'm here for like an hour a week talking into this microphone with nobody here.
I
Just
told you, man.
me
The
and
more
this
you do it, you
microphone.
just get used to doing it. It's like it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Like just like the raw film of me just talking into this mic is like
Yeah.
over a week.
You and that lens become BFFs.
Yeah, well, I'm not even looking at the lens because it's it's
Are
voiceover
you,
stuff.
are you not on camera?
No.
I got to be honest. I haven't
Just-
watched one of the videos yet.
I'm not offended. It's fine. It's not for necessarily our audience. Of course they enjoy that content. PlayStation stuff. You can feel free. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because like Alex has that audience and he invited me to share. It's not even like entertainment. It's not. It's just like informal things.
It's information.
Yeah,
it's information.
It's just information, and the exciting thing is it might pay some bills, which is awesome. So that's what's
That's great.
That's what that's there for. That's what I'm doing it for. And also, I'm just getting better at. I noticed this too. It's helping me like get better. Every time
of course.
every
The
time
more
you
do it,
stream,
the
every
better
time
you
you,
get. Yeah.
I'm just getting better and better when I do it. So it's also honing the craft too.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Think about like I told you, like my first videos, like first couple years, like my edit, like me trying to record a video was like, I don't know, 40 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, the videos are what, 12 minutes? How much footage do I give you to edit usually? 14 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
15?
At worst, you give me like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's when it's real bad. Like when I forgot something upstairs and then run upstairs and keep things recording and can't find it and I'm gone for a minute. Or ADHD gets me and I forget what the fuck I'm doing and then realize, oh yeah, I'm recording downstairs. I should get back down there.
Right.
That's only happened like once. That's only happened once. But it has happened.
But yeah, so what were we? I forget what we were just talking about. Something in particular. What were we?
We're talking about you getting better.
Yeah. I'm just doing my thing with PlayStation Score. It's been fun. If you guys want to check it out, I should remember to put a link. I think I've been forgetting, but I'll put a link in the description. If you guys want to stay up to date with some games that don't run on Switch for the most part, there are some. Like today's video I recorded that's not out yet. I recorded the best indies that I could find on 10 of them.
That's probably on Switch.
Yeah, a lot of them are. If not all of them are. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. I mean, but that's like the other videos we've done is like AAA games, which none of those are on Switch, and then
maybe some
Alex
of them
put
will run on the
FPS out
Switch
today.
too, Jeeb.
Oh, what a segue, Drippy. What
I
a
got
segue.
you. Don't you worry about it. I got you.
Guys, if you listened to last week's episode, you know that it was just it wasn't a selects because we did do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes prior to our old episode we reinserted, which ended up being a really good call on multiple fronts, but mainly because it's also applies this week. That old episode with Jeff it applies this week because it's the same CAD renders we saw
back.
earlier in the year. They're back again, and they're in like you can hold them now apparently. So
You just told me about this right before we went live.
Yeah. So if you want to, by the way, if you want to
get to that.
look at the
I
pod
want
room.
that.
Just look at the pod room. You'll see that video.
I saw it.
Okay.
I see it. I saw it before. That's why I actually pulled up Satisfy's website as well.
So, yeah. Last week we talked about a little bit about how we're just kind of me in particular. I can't really speak for Drip, but I know I'm very fatigued and very annoyed, more so with all these leaks.
Yeah,
leaks,
I'm with
quote
you.
unquote, rumors,
I'm done
quote
with it.
unquote.
I'm over it.
There's so much nonsense out there. Maybe like 1% of what we've heard in the past month is true, but we would never know because 99% of it's been garbage.
And there's so much of it.
Yeah, there's just so much. Yeah, there's just so much of it. And I guess where we're going to start this week is with the title thumbnail. Is that Satisfy grip that apparently is coming out. Well, it is coming out. Satisfy it's a real company.
it's happening.
It's happening. They're going to put out, of course, not a shocker by any means. Anybody who takes that as shocking news is a moron. But of course, Satisfy is going to put out a new Satisfy grip for the Switch 2.
The Zen Grip.
Let's just go to
Z.
let's just run it down. The Zen Grip Z.
Or is it 2?
I'm sorry, Zen Grip 2. That's right.
Is it a 2 or a Z? I can't tell. They use a very strange font.
Hey, Drip, that's called stylistic choice.
So is it a Z or is it a 2?
No, it's the 2 for the Switch 2, and it's the second version of the grip. So it plays
like a
double.
Z.
And also it's the Zen grip. So it looks like a Z because it's a Zen. Anyway, not important. What's important is they said it's going to be released in spring 2025. And they also state very clearly with their advertisements, which I should have already pulled up and I didn't. But they state very clearly that it is a pre-order now and it's going to be ready for you guys to enjoy at launch. They want to be able to get this product to you guys at launch. Oh, that's the wrong. Where's the Chrome? There it is. So that's bold of them to
That's
state.
quite bold.
I mean, if those of you listening, of course, is not very helpful. If you want to check out the YouTube just to get an image of it, feel free. It's on there. It's also on their website. If you look up just satisfied.com, it's like the first fucking thing you see. So just go right there.
Yeah, and they got a big headliner on their website about it right now. You can get this slim bundle for $69.99, or you can get the grip itself standalone for $49.99 pre-ordered.
Yeah, so it looks exactly, and I mean exactly like the current Zen grip.
There are some changes. There are some design changes, which I do want to talk about.
Well, go ahead. I mean, go ahead. We're here. We're looking at it.
Okay, the back, I don't...
To be clear, the listeners, this is the Satisfy grip that is the dockable version.
But is it? That's my first question. Do they know? Do we know? Is that gonna fit in a dock? What does the dock even look like? Do they know what the dock looks like?
Well, okay, that we're going to get to in a second. I think just right now, tell me about how you think this is different than the current Zen grip, because that's I had an angle on this that's different.
Well, I mean, you can see the back is clearly different. I feel like they just went with it. Honestly,
How though? How is it different? It looks identical to me.
No, it's different.
I'm not holding it. I should have grabbed it. I'm not holding it. Miss GV,
I'm looking at the other one right now. Okay, no, that top part is the same. Okay, that top part is the same. It's actually a little bit thicker. I mean, they do say they have some redesigned ergonomics on this, and I think the only thing that's actually redesigned is I don't think the bump out is as far as it used to be. I think that's the only thing that's really different that I can see. The back of this,
that bump is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, okay. The one you're showing there is smaller. This one that they're showing here is bigger. I just don't see how they don't know. I'm sorry, they don't know. There's no way.
Here's my thing with this grip. Look at the scaling.
That's my biggest thing.
That cartridge. Look at that cartridge. That is something identifiable that we can look at this image and use for reference. And when I'm looking at my Zen grip right here, and I'm looking at that Zen grip, and looking at the grip on the Zen grip, like the actual part you put your hand on.
Yeah.
Identical. Absolutely. Yeah.
No, you're right. There's a way bigger tell though. But I see what you're saying. You're saying this thing is not proportioned correctly, especially if the Switch 2
if it's going to be a whole inch bigger, like a half inch all the way around, as we'll get to later.
This already looks like it's smaller now that you say that. It looks like it's smaller with those cartridges. The cartridges where they're at.
Smaller or the same. I don't think it looks smaller. I do think it looks, at least that top part you're right about. The top part is bigger. But the handles are identical.
Here's the biggest tell.
And the bottom is identical.
Tell. Look at the view from the front where the switch goes down.
I'm sorry.
In.
I did interrupt. I'm sorry because I did just notice something. The bottom. You're right. I was wrong. I did think this was identical, but now that I'm like side by side looking, it's not. Like the bottom is even bigger. The bottom it comes out bigger. The only thing that's the same is the handles, but that makes sense because you don't need to make the handles any bigger. They're perfect.
Okay, but look at the front view of it where it has no switch in it there.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Take a look at yours and open your kickstand.
Well, I just took it straight out of the
Okay,
the thing.
Look at that. Turn it around and look at it. See that opening? Now the opening on yours that you're holding.
Oh, it's small. It's short. It's stubbier.
Right. If you look at not even that. If you look at the sides where the Joy-Con should be, the plastic part. Turn it around the other way so they can see the other part of it.
I'm looking. I was the one looking at.
Yeah. Okay. The parts where the Joy-Cons go are the same size as the Joy-Cons almost. If you look at that one on their website, look how big those are. If that's the size of the Joy-Cons, they're like twice as wide.
Yeah, we're talking about width here. Yeah, you're right. They're much wider.
Those are massive Joy-Cons. If that's actually what this thing looks like.
All right, one of my angles was wrong. One of my angles was this is just they literally just took this thing and said it's the Zen Grip 2, but it's not. It's the same thing. That's wrong. I'm wrong about that, but that's okay because I had a backup plan B of what this thing was, and I think that's more clear than ever, especially if you watch RGT's video on this topic earlier this week. These images are rendered. This is not a product.
Yeah.
They
I don't think this is a product.
They don't have one of these molded and ready for themselves to be sold. Nothing.
There's no way.
Well, of course, yeah. From time-wise, yeah, but we're also just. I mean, now that we've pointed this out, that it is a different design. They have redesigned this grip to fit the dimensions of the CAD renders that we've seen. So we can confirm that. But this is not real because if you look, I'm not going to really pull these images. If you want to watch RTD's video, he goes into more detail. But basically, you can just see for yourself. You just look closely at these images here on their website. Like especially if you look at the red rubber pieces, that they're rendered. It's an image.
Perfect.
It's a fake image. Like
the lighting, you can look at it. The lighting is what is the dead giveaway.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. Is the lighting is
absolutely perfect on every single part of it. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's a dead
only
giveaway
Drip
right there.
Media Gaming with Super Glue can make that look as good. Nobody else can do that. Otherwise, it's a fake image.
Well, you can tell every bit of light on it, like on every single part, is perfect. Like it's exactly how it should be. Like there's nothing. That's not easy to do. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do have an in-house photographer who's just a badass, but I don't know. I think it's a render. I don't think they have any of these. I don't think they have the actual specs. I think, like you said, they're going off of those CAD files that were made. And I think they've just made something close enough to what that is. And then once they get the real dimensions, they can, tweak whatever they need to tweak and then send it out to be made after that. I don't know what it takes to do that though. Like what is the time that it takes to like produce something like that?
My guess is because it's so damn similar, all they really have to do is make some calibrations or new molds for their current.
I mean, you would have to have new molds for the plastics.
But I'm talking about new molds for their machines that create these things. I'm sure there's like a mold for the mold, if it makes sense. So like
for the machine, a piece that fits in where it, like the plastic comes in. And
so basically
molded.
What I think is good, all they have to do is use the exact machines they already have, remove a piece that is made to make the current ones, and slap on the piece that they made newly to make these.
But I mean, they're not making these in-house. This is at a factory somewhere.
Right. The factory
China
doesn't
or wherever it's at.
Right.
I just wonder what is going on behind the scenes to make sure that these are right, because they can't be off whatsoever. Like it's not like, we're a millimeter off, but it's not fine.
Yeah.
Like with something like this, it has to be precise. It has to be exact.
I want to say bring this up from the chat here, just because I think it'll spur a little tangent here. Full Metal says nothing wrong with a little marketing concept image, which is fine. Here's the thing.
That's true. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not that it's a marketing concept image. It's that they're trying to sell this to you right now. They're going to take your money.
That's the problem I have.
They're going to take your money right now, and they say that this is what you're going to get. But what I think Drip agrees with me. I think they don't have the Switch 2 information.
No, they don't. There's no way.
They only have the CAD renders that we got a few months ago when we had Jeff on the show and we talked about it. We just have those CAD renders. And I think they're just using those CAD renders like a lot of companies are right now, which we'll get to in the second part of this episode. But they're just using those CAD renders to make these
I think so too. And especially since you the photo that you used for the thumbnail of this, actually, where you were showing me like, oh, look at the buttons. I'm like, yeah. They probably just took the CAD renders and put it in there and then blurred it. Who cares if it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue to that portion of the Satisfy segment here, is that they did have that promotional video that I don't have access to. If you want to look at the thumbnail on YouTube, that is the image.
Full Metal saying something's wrong with my mic.
Oh, motherfucker, are you kidding me right now? Okay, we got to make a note here. This is 29 minutes. I gotta listen to this shit now. Sorry, guys. Say something.
Please hold.
Now, sorry, guys.
This is where I need I need hold music. This is where I need the. Please. I wish I had some hold music on my board.
I think it sounds normal right now. Is it fixed now? It sounds like it's normal again.
Just started a minute ago.
I can't stand this is happening. I didn't fix it because I was going to, but I'm like, this is too convenient to the setup, and I don't know why this is happening. There's nothing going on with my computer that should cause like this glitching. If Spartan, yes says it's gone, or yes it's still there.
Yeah, that's. Appreciate the help, but
Yeah, to me it sounded like it was gone. But yeah, it's gone.
it's gone.
Okay,
Fixed.
I think you just had to call it out, and then it was like, I won't do it anymore.
It got scared and left. It's fine.
I'm gonna do something.
All right. So anyway, where were you
Hold
going
on,
with that?
before we get going here, let me just see real quick before we keep going. While we have it,
Okay.
while we have this pause in the time here. Actually, I don't think I can. I can fuck with it. I can turn on desktop audio, which I will do now. And now I will turn off Discord. Oh, I have this all. No, I'm not. Nope, can't fuck with it now. If it happens again, I might try. Okay. Now let's pick it back up on 3030. Okay. What's up, Drip?
Well, one more thing
sorry for
about
technical
this.
difficulties. Sorry, guys. We had just, by the way, technical difficulties. I'm not sure how much of that I had to cut out or not, but getting back on track here.
So one more thing about this is I do want to say this. This is a company that I do have somewhat of a relationship with. So chances are very good when these things are ready, I'm going to be getting one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have probably one of the first ones, I would say, whatever these pre-orders are, and then they'll probably send them out to people. I'm probably going to end up with one of those. What if they do all this? And I mean, they are, I just feel like they're really chancing this. The whole thing I was saying was like, if it's a millimeter off, like what if it's a millimeter off and they're like, oh, you'll have it before the Switch is even out.
That's the problem. Yeah, they're claiming.
What if they don't have that Switch and there is something and it's wrong, and they sent out all these pre-orders, taken all these pre-orders and made all these things and it's wrong? I mean, the chances of that happening, I know, are probably not huge. They're going to make sure that they do it right, but there's a chance that could happen. Like, that would be catastrophic. That would be terrible.
Yeah, it would be. And that would be a huge problem for them. Number one, a lot of unhappy customers. If they don't get, they are kind of saying that what they're officially saying is spring. They're not saying, they are saying in time for the next console, but they like, that's
no, it says right here, have yours ready for next gen launch.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So
that's
they're saying that you will have it for the launch.
Here's the thing, though. They can lawyery talk their way out of it. So, like, if anybody tries to even go that as far as to sue them for false advertising, they're being so vague. Next gen what? Next gen what? What console? We don't even, like, you know what I mean? This could be I think I know that they're protecting themselves with lawyer talk in some documents with some asterisks all over this thing, to where if it comes to, like, somebody tries to start class act, if it happens where they get messed up and nobody gets them on time and there's a class action lawsuit, even, who knows, I'm sure they're protecting themselves in some way. And, like, it's not, they're not saying the Nintendo Switch successor device, here it is, blah blah blah. You can obviously tell that's what it is, but because the system works the way it does, you can be vague about it and get away with these things.
What if it comes out and we're all wrong and this thing isn't even a handheld? Like, what if everybody's just completely wrong?
It's a box.
All this stuff that's leaked is, like, just completely fake, and they're like, it's just a little box.
Yeah, that would be wild. I mean, but it's not impossible either, because we don't know what's going on, and I don't think Satisfy knows either. And I think if something does go wrong, that's going to be kind of catastrophic. But if it,
it will. I mean, I don't think it's going to. I think we probably know what this thing is.
I think if there's one thing that we know, I think it's that CAD render is, like, more than 50% chance likely that's what it looks like.
It's probably it.
And that second button is a thing. Which, moving on to our next part of the episode here, this is the thing that you haven't seen yet, Drew. Are you watching the video, or can you watch the video on your own here?
I can watch. I need to make sure I have my volumes down so it doesn't start going crazy here.
So here is is that audio? No. Okay. So
hang on a second. Are you talking about the Switch Up video?
Switch
here, right?
Up, yes. So a good friend of Alex, and he's
Can you hear that?
No, I don't hear anything. Perfect. So,
God, that's loud.
Switch Up. He's a YouTube Nintendo Switch content creator. He makes mostly, like, games videos and, like, reviews and deals and stuff like that, kind of like what Alex does on Switch Corner. But our company reached out to him and said, "Hey, we have made a fully 3D printed version," as they said, of the Switch 2. Of course, what they're actually saying is it's the CAD renders that we got a few months ago, because it is identical to what we've seen online. And I'm trying to, let me just show you can I do this?
I'm looking at this now.
Yeah, you're
That
looking. I'm trying to
is
give it to
insane.
them. There we go. So yeah, here is the thing. They also sent him a case and a screen protector to compare. So they sent him all the things. So all the stuff that leaked last week, that was that we thought maybe was true. It's not that it was true. It's that they did make these products. These are real products. They are actually made. This company, what's their name? Whatever. It doesn't matter what their name is. They made this product.
You're talking about the screen protector in the case, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and that's what I said whenever the last time we talked about this. I thought those looked real to me. That looked legit.
Well,
Like,
but
all that stuff
again,
was way too.
Not that it was real. It was just that it's a physical thing that's made, that's true.
Yeah.
It is a physical thing that's made. We're looking at it in this video here from Switch Up that they sent it to him, and he's got. And you're looking, if you're watching this show again, this is probably a watchy episode for you guys if you're listening. These are not white Joy-Cons for original Switch. This is the CAD render. It's just a really high quality 3D print that doesn't function. There's nothing functional about it. It's just a plastic brick that is in the shape of the CAD renders that we received a few months ago. That perfectly fits this case and perfectly fits the screen protector. So obviously
That is crazy.
this company made all these products here, including the 3D printed Switch, proof of concept that their stuff works, and sending out to YouTubers to get hype up. They really just want to sell their
That's the
stuff.
part.
So
That's the part I didn't know about.
yeah.
You told me earlier before we went on the air that these people are just sending these things out to anybody who asks for it, because I want one. I want to get one of these.
Yeah, I'm sure if you reached out to them, if you could find out.
I create content. I do that.
Yeah, you do, and you do hardware.
I do that.
And
I would like to have one of these.
Their point, they told him in the video. He said in the video, their purpose is just to get their name out so they can sell their stuff.
Well, I will talk about their name lots. So.
So yeah, we're watching.
I will say it.
It's got
times. I'll leave links and everything.
The Switch 2 render here, the Switch 2 3D render here, it has every design feature that we had noticed when the CAD renders. It has the USB-C on the top. It has that extra weird button over behind the Joy-Cons that possibly work either the electromagnetics or is a third button, just like a back paddle of sorts. We don't really know what it is, but it showcases that back paddle button / electromagnetic button as well. And it shows the bigger design. It's like a 1/2 inch bigger all around. Here's a Joy-Con next to it as well. You can see how it kind of dwarfs that Joy-Con. Different shape as well.
Okay, I'm not far into the video. Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Do the Joy-Cons come off the side of this?
No.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, it's a brick. It's just a plastic brick.
Okay.
You know?
I didn't hear you. So I'm like into this
That's
video
all
I'm
good.
watching. Like, this is crazy.
It just looks like it looks like a Switch, but blown up.
It looks good though. Like, this is 3D printed. This looks great.
Yeah, that's why they're giving it out to people. They've 3D printed a really nice version of those CAD renders, So it's probably not 3D printed per se. It's probably like using machines that they clearly can make cases and screen protectors, so they have manufacturing machines to do good things. So they probably just made this. They probably made this out of plastic that could be made into a Joy-Con accessory later. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably nice plastic.
I mean, I want one to do a video on this and like all that, but like I want one more just to have it in my hand when I get the real thing and see how close it is. You know what I mean? I think that would be the more interesting part of this, to see how accurate these leaks actually ended up being. Like, once we get the actual, you know what I mean, the Switch 2 in our hands. That I think is I think that's very interesting. This is nuts, man. This is nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Any thoughts? I mean, you kind of already said it, but just give me your thoughts here of looking at this product, this fake product, this fake Switch 2. Do you like it? Because it's very accurate.
Like if this is what you're saying, like if this is what,
if that's what it
the
is,
Switch 2 looks like, I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit what it looks like. I don't care. It could be, neon green with spots. I don't care. I don't care. As long as it runs games better, that's all I care about. It's really all I want. A Switch that runs better. That's all I want. And if that's what that thing does, cool. Yeah, it looks great. The big buttons on the back, I'm really interested to see if that ends up being true. Because those supposedly are those new buttons. Those supposedly are the new way that you take the Joy-Cons off, how you disconnect the magnets that are going to hold the new Joy-Cons on.
Right.
I'm interested to see how it works. I know it's not just going to be like a press the button and like it like pushes
Those are
something out. Like,
huge buttons, dude. Like, can we just say real quick how huge those buttons are? Those are
right.
Those
well,
are.
I think the reason they are
like if you look at your regular Switch right as it is, you do have this protrusion from the triggers, right? But when he sits on a table, it's pretty flat. That device looks like it's gonna be like up like much higher than your regular Switch.
Maybe. Well, you got to think about this too. You're not grabbing the Joy-Con like this and then pulling up anymore.
No, I know.
You got to have something to hold on to pull out.
That's true.
So I'm
needs
sure
leverage.
that's why
it
it's
needs
bigger.
leverage.
You got to have something to actually hold on to pull it out. So like when you grab that button down and hold it in, you're already going to be like moving in the right direction to get it out. So
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense if that's actually the way they work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this is it, I'm totally happy with that. I think the Joy-Cons look a little funny because they're like...
They do. Of course, it's not a finished product, but it is a very nice printed device.
Like, they're like round, you know what I mean? Like
they're
the
much
sides
rounder.
instead of like straight on the sides are kind of like rounded slightly, which I don't know. It's fine, I guess. It's whatever.
My only gripe, if this is what it ends up being, my only gripe is I just wish that it had more body to it like a Steam Deck does.
You're not gonna get that from Nintendo. It's just
but the thing is it's huge now. It's basically like it's gonna be holding like an iPad but heavier and more condensed, and you're constantly pressing it.
We still have the hope. The hope
it makes grips like the Satisfy grip and Skull & Co and stuff like that. Or third party Joy-Con. It makes them way more important for this new device because it's gonna be so much.
You never know. We could actually get a big Joy-Con from Nintendo.
Do we have a laugh track, Drip? Can you play a laugh track?
I do. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course I do.
Hold on. Deliver it again.
Well, we could. Hold on. They're still laughing. Well, we could get a big Joy-Con from Nintendo.
What a funny joke, Drip. You dog.
I'll be here all night. Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. We know damn well that's not going to happen.
I wish it would, but
it's
they
possible.
Had 8 Drip.
It is possible.
8 years.
Yeah, okay.
Johnny complains about, no 3D Mario for 8 years. I complain about 8 years of existence of the Switch and zero, and I mean zero ergonomic Joy-Cons or any
I think the reason they
special
stayed
Joy-Cons.
away from that, I think the reason they stayed away from redesigning the Joy-Cons at all is because they were in trouble with the Joy-Cons they had, and redesigning them in any way might admit fault.
The sticks were in question. The Joy-Con were not.
Well, the sticks. Redesigning the Joy-Cons, and if you make a bigger Joy-Con, you're probably going to put bigger sticks in it. I think they probably were just like, nope, we're not even touching that because we're going to stand firm on this. And they
at the sake of profit, though, at the sake of profit.
I mean, what's wrong? I mean,
they would have made more profit. They would have made more money if they would have put out new Joy-Cons.
I mean, I don't know. Their Joy-Cons were crappy enough where everybody had to buy at least one more pair, so they made money.
I didn't think about that, and I mean,
they weren't losing money. That's for damn sure.
You're damn right about that. So never mind.
Even the ones that people sent back in. Half the time you didn't even get your old ones back in. It's probably other ones that they already had that were turned in that they had already fixed the sticks in, sent those ones back out. They weren't losing money on any of it.
You're right.
They were making money still.
You're right. Anyway.
But you're right. They could have made money with the other ones. But I think they stayed away from it just because of all the trouble. Maybe not, but.
It was fun to speculate for 5 seconds there about this 3D render. But let's get back to reality here. This confirms nothing. If you're watching these videos, looking at these 3D printed Switch and look at the CAD renders and you're going, yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. We already seen it. We've seen it. Nintendo showed us indirectly. Like I said, I think it's more than 50% now. So I think we can safely say it's more than unlikely. It's more likely than unlikely that this is what it is. I agree with that. But to say that we've already seen it or this is legitimate, you can't. You can't say with certainty.
No. There's no way. I mean, there's no way you can rely on that.
The screen protector, the case, the existence of a 3D printed device, Satisfy, a very reputable company, putting out putting out their grip and saying that this is for the next system and it was based off these CAD renders. All this stuff, even though all that stuff is a thing, It does not mean that any of this is real.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Satisfied with exactly one email with updated CAD renders can change the design to the new thing once they can confirm what it looks like. It does.
Exactly. Well, listen, that's the thing. How many of these products is okay? If these companies had things in hand and Nintendo was giving people the specs so people could do things like that, why is it that we haven't seen one of these products before all those CAD renders and stuff were leaked? Nothing came out before that. It's all after.
That's right.
All of it is after. I guarantee every single one of these things is based off of that. But there is the other side of that too. Now that I'm thinking about it, there is the other side of it. Because we did get a lot of information from a third-party company much earlier. Now that I'm thinking about it, Mobapad put on their website that they put on their website about the Joy-Cons being magnetic, which looks like it's probably going to be a thing. They put a lot of stuff out there and said they knew this.
They did
because they had seen or had information from some, and it looks like some of that might be right. So I don't know. There's the other side of it for sure, but I mean, you didn't see a physical product or anything like that until all that stuff came out, and there was actual measurements.
They didn't include dimensions or anything like that. I mean, the CAD render is literally exclusively dimensions. It doesn't even confirm electromagnetics. It just confirms like the Joy-Con removal system will be different. That's all it confirms. It doesn't say anything. You can't prove anything about magnets with the new design from the 3D printed CAD render. So,
might just be some suction cups in there. You never know.
It is coincidental. I'm not saying that people who are saying that there's some legitimacy to this are wrong. I'm not saying that.
It could be.
What I am saying though is to portray as if this is what's going on. I'm not naming anybody in particular. I'm simply just stating, because I know for a fact there are channels right now making videos trying to sell people bullshit that this is real, and it's not real.
You wait till I get one. I'm gonna have a thumbnail that says, I have a Switch 2 in my hand. Click on this video.
It may be based on some truth, but we can't confirm it, and there's not enough. That's the thing here. There's not enough to be like, yes, this is what it is. We're not going to sell you that bullshit. That's why we didn't do an episode for 2 weeks, because we're. Yeah.
I mean, I want one. I do want one.
Oh yeah,
I want one bad.
I mean,
what's the name of the company?
Really care, but,
what is the name of the company? I guess we should at least shout them out.
It's in the video. I don't really care, Drip. So I'm not, not
okay. Well,
I don't really care. It's in the video.
See, this is why, Jeeb. They're gonna tell me no.
Their name,
like, that asshole you do that podcast with wouldn't even say our name.
Listen, it's not my bed. If you want to make your bed with them, sure. I showed their name on the screen. Their name was shown on the screen multiple times.
Okay, that's fine.
So the video's got it. So it's whatever. Cool.
Very cool.
I'm just reading what I wrote here. Question. I don't understand what I'm writing. My writing. I don't understand my writing.
Aviar.
IVR or whatever. Moving on. So again, here's my. I just want to read what I wrote as like my title card for this section of the episode. Continual tossing of shit at the wall until it sticks. And that is exactly how I feel.
Oh,
is a properly described representation of what's been going on with the leaks for the past, let's say more precisely 3 months, 2 months, maybe, especially after the CAD renders came out. But because I do feel like those are like the most legitimate things we've ever seen.
Yeah, that was like the dam broke at that point.
It's really hard to ignore the CAD renders and it,
what was the stuff last week though? The
screen protector, the case, which we just saw.
Yeah, well, and no, the video.
And that fuzzy fucking video that everybody was like,
okay, let me just. I said it last week in the beginning of that, but I don't know,
spewing everywhere.
If you didn't watch last week,
I didn't see it either. It was too goddamn blurry, Drip.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Everybody listening right now or watching this, pick your phone up.
Open the camera. The Game Boy camera from 1997 would do better images than that.
Open the camera and tell me tell me how bad your autofocus, because I have not lost focus one time on this thing.
I
doing
have.
this. I am in focus. All of
I have
There's
a
no
5-year-old.
way.
I have a 5-year-old phone. 5 years old. That's old by tech standards. It's a Pixel 4
Yes, it is.
XL.
Yeah, it is.
My camera would do
Yeah.
way better. This camera right here that you're looking at. Okay, here. Let me. Hold on. I got this, Drip. I got you. Hold on. Make your goddamn point right now. Let me turn on autofocus on this thing. Which one? Which one is it? Unlock. Where is it? I'm sorry. This is worth it. I swear.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna say it. The phones,
I can't do it anymore. What's
as
going
far as cameras go right now, are what are in 99% of people's hands when they do things like that.
on?
There's not been a phone made in the last, I don't know, 10 years. I might be stretching it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and say 10 years that has that bad
There it is.
of autofocus to where you can't film something right in front of you in a lit room. If it was dark, I could understand maybe having a little trouble. Wow, look at that. Focus is right in there. Weird. And that's a phone, correct?
This is a phone. Okay.
Look how fast that autofocus is.
This is-
and it
this
is, I mean,
phone-
it's basically perfect.
Pixel 2. This phone came out 7 years ago.
Okay. That proves my point exactly. There's no, like, you would have to try.
Jergen,
make
hey, this is
video
sponsored
look
for
that bad.
Jergens Ultra Healing Cream.
Oh, yeah.
helps me out when I need it. Oh, it fucked up. Oh, there it is. At worst, it takes 4 seconds. At worst.
I'm saying there's no way you're making an entire video that looks like that.
No.
Unless you just picked up a Moto Razr from, I don't know, whatever year those came out.
I would say that
2004.
So here's what I said. That video looked like that era, of mid 20 aught, the aughts, the 2000 aughts, whatever you call it. That era, you took a phone from that era and then uploaded it. Like, it already looks bad. Like the raw footage that
Yeah.
it takes is terrible. And then you tried
Yeah.
to upload it at 240p with low bit rate.
Yeah, and then
And it was
did it 100 more times.
and it was out of focus. That's what it looked like. Like, it was that bad. It was like I've seen.
You would have to try
I
to
saw
make a
better
video look that
videos.
bad. There's no way.
I saw
There's just
better
no way.
videos on my flip phone from 2007 than I did from that.
Yeah.
There was nothing like.
Okay, well, and that was kind of the point I was trying to get to earlier. That's why I asked if this Switch, the fake Switch or whatever it is that they're sending out, the 3D printed one. That's why I asked if the Joy-Cons came off.
Yeah.
Because in that video, the Joy-Cons came out. I was like, maybe it's one of
Yeah,
those.
so-
It still could
so
be.
clear-
Maybe that's why
yeah.
they had to blurry it up because they had to cut the thing in fucking half.
So clearly they didn't have the exact one that like Switch Up had. That's not to say that they didn't 3D print their own. My theory of why it was blurry is because they had their own 3D printer. And it looks like a
an
3D
actual shitty 3D.
Yeah, it looks like a 3D printed
with
thing.
the print lines
Yeah.
and all the
So
nastiness. You're probably
how do you
right.
get rid of print lines, Drip? How do you get rid of like detail like that? Well, what you do
You
is
blur it.
you blur it without averting your focus. That's what you
I mean,
do.
it's the same thing you do in photo editing anyway.
Like
If someone's got like wrinkles, you soften their skin with a
yeah,
little bit of blur
beauty
over it.
filters.
It
Guess
looks
what beauty
great.
filters do, guys?
They blur.
They blur the face. That's what they do.
You're right.
And what?
That was just done very poorly. Like, hey, let's try to hide it and say, like, dude, not now. That doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
We're way beyond that.
Yeah. So that's why the Joy-Cons
Especially
were
in a well-lit
removable.
room that's just
They're removable because
There's no way.
they when they printed it, they adjusted their design to not print as a brick. They probably just put some double fucking adhesive and printed it 3 pieces and just made it so.
because when you see them pull that thing off, it's like they pulled it off.
Yeah, it was double.
Oh, it was with some force.
Yeah, man, they got the wrong tape. They got that good stuff, that Gorilla shit.
That
you
shit
know?
was super glue, the original super glue.
Well, isn't Gorilla super glue company? No, it's Gorilla
No,
Glue.
Gorilla Glue is
No.
not super glue. They're not the original super glue.
Hey, listen, they don't sponsor this show, so get the fuck out.
We
of here.
don't use Gorilla Glue anymore, okay? We use super glue.
That's because you
only.
have a life supply of that stuff. You want to tell the people what you've been doing? One of the reasons why you've been so busy?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Well, dude, that's been a whole thing. Yeah, I'm doing stuff for super glue.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they posted any of it yet. Oh my god. So I did a bunch of them, and then I put them in their folder. And then last night they sent me like all the revisions, but they sent them all at one time. And dude, my ADHD could not take that. I just shut. I was like, oh, I can't look at this now. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done.
They look awesome,
I
though,
haven't even
dude.
gone back to look
I
at
know
them again.
that people can't see them yet until they're done, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
They'll be posting them on their Instagram. That's what they're for. So
Yeah.
follow the original Super Glue on Instagram.
you'll
You'll
see
see
your
the
pictures.
pictures I'm making for them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of super glue, they probably just had some, adhesive, and and printed in 3 parts, so that's why it was popping it off. It's a good way to recreate magnets, especially when it's blurry and you can't tell that there's tape on it.
Oh God, yeah, they might have super glued the damn thing in there accidentally, and that was the video of them like, maybe that's what they did. Maybe they just rubbed super glue all over their camera. That's why it looks like that.
Could have been that, a little Vaseline action,
Yeah,
a little deodorant stick.
Something.
Yeah,
they were trying. That's for sure.
It's nonsense. It was nonsense, and some channels ran with it last week, and we didn't because it was.
I'm just over it, dude. I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, man, dude, like, just the audience.
We've been waiting on this thing for 8 years. Like, just, I'm done.
Well,
I'm so sick of it.
8 years, but let's just say the first 2 years buffer when it came out was.
I'm sorry, we're 3 months away from 8 years. You're right.
The first 2 years of the Switch's existence, people weren't like, "Where's the next one?" They were.
That's not true. They were. Everybody was talking about.
They wanted more
pro version.
Yeah, pro version, but that's not the next generation.
Yeah, well, once we got the OLED, that's when people really started.
Like last year, were people saying last year with the PlayStation 5, where they're like, "Man, I can't wait for the PlayStation 6. I want it now." No, because it was 2 years old, or whatever. 22 years ago. But my point is that 2 years into a console generation, nobody is legitimately asking for a next generation product unless they don't like this generation and they just want something new because they don't like it. All of us who like the Switch weren't in 2020 into 2019 weren't like, "Man, I can't wait for the next one. This one stinks."
Yeah.
No. So like, all I have to say. 6 years, we'll say. We were waiting 6 years for the next console, which is still a long time. It's been 8 years since the first one came out. We want the revision. I get that. We want to, talk about these things. Drip and I have been the biggest offenders of talking about the Switch 2 for a way too long amount of time.
I don't apologize for it because it's fun.
We like to talk about it.
It's fun to talk about.
We're here to tell you guys that we're sick of it. We're sick of this fake nonsense. And we're not just going to pump out video week after week about this thing with all this shit that's sticking to the wall. That's just shit at the end of the day. It's not real. We're tired of it. We want the new thing. And we talked about it tonight because I thought the 3D printed Switch thing was worth it because that thing looks cool.
No, that's cool.
That thing looks awesome.
But that's something you can look at. At least it's based off the CAD renders that we believe to be
pretty accurate.
At least close to accurate. So yes, that's like a cool, you can touch it. You can look at it's interesting to at least say, okay, this in hand is what it might be.
And
that's at least interesting.
And that was last week, except for last week, it was that blurry Vaseline video. And like that looks fake as crap. We all know that's 3D printed. At least this was like, this is 3D printed. We're not trying to trick you with Vaseline and a bad autofocus. This is a 3D printed thing. We just believe it to be true. We believe we believe that's enough. Now that I don't have enough information to believe it's true, but I do think again it's more than 50% for me that those CAD renders are the real deal, and they at least have the picture.
And they're based off of what we saw, the pictures of the Joy-Con shells, which again, I think we said this when we talked about it initially. Those Joy-Con shells, the pictures of this all could just be based off of some prototype that they had.
We talked about that. We've talked about this.
Yeah, years and years ago. Which I heard some people say that this is like a 2023 prototype that they were using to just kind of figure out what they were going to do. This may not even be what this thing looks like. It could be completely different.
That's we talked about that last week for our 10-minute intro episode before the rest of it.
Yeah, I mentioned it when we talked about it with Jeff too. I think
it's still very possible that this thing is, like you just said, a prototype that is not going to be what the final product looks like. Maybe similar, but I don't think it's necessarily definite that this is what the final product looks like. So I think there's people out there trying to sell you that, and we're not. We're not going to do that.
I mean, like I told you earlier, do I hate that? No. Do I care that much what it looks like? Not really. I just want it to run games better, look better, do a little bit more than what this one does. Would I like something much different than that? Probably.
Yeah. But what
I don't want it to be wildly different, but I mean, I just feel like that design doesn't scream new Switch to me. You know what I mean?
No, it looks a little off. It does. It could just be the 3D print. It could be the fact that the CAD render wasn't
just the way
the
it looks
transfer
doesn't
from
scream
the transfer
next gen console. You know what I mean?
the transfer from specs to CAD render and then CAD render to 3D print during that 2-part transfer could have made things a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's like that game where you like whisper in one person's
Yes.
ear and then they whisper in the next person's ear and you keep it going around the room and then you see what it is when it comes back to you.
Like literally though, how many whispers did it take to get to the CAD render? People could have got the numbers wrong at some point.
Yeah.
Switch to 0, switch to 1, or even bigger than that. And then what if it was really messed up and then somebody tried to fix it and like erased and then redrew, but they redrew it wrong, or not redrew, like the numbers I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Yeah, there's so many things.
What I
in
will
this
try
where
to
it's
sell
just-
you is some Jergens lotion. It's out of focus because I have the focus lock on right now. But anyway, Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion. It's the best lotion ever, and it kind of stinks, but it stinks in a good way. Jergens Ultra Healing.
The fuck?
Sponsored by the Not Drippin' G podcast.
Okay, yeah.
But this podcast might be sponsored by Superglue one day. Who knows? Unlikely.
Probably not.
Separate
Probably
thing.
not.
Separate thing. It's separate. But yeah, so guys, I know for a fact Dripper and I can tell you right now, we never do. We never stream on the week of the 25th. There's no episode. So we're not going to do any episode during the 25th. Next week, we will be doing an episode. I'm positive of. It'll probably be end up being the last episode of 2024. So make sure to come
Probably.
next week. Next Wednesday. I assume it'll be Wednesday.
But Jeeb, there is one more episode that we've got to talk about coming sooner than next week.
Yeah, it's not an episode though.
It's not.
It's a fun stream that we're doing tomorrow with a couple of our friends. I think right now we have confirmed Sergio. We got John Ebo, who's going to eat that one chip on our fucking show tomorrow. Let's fucking go. And also we have Jeff Troidvania. Last but not least, Jeff is the GOAT, and we love Jeff.
And we're gonna have a good time. We had a fantastic time last year. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Last year was great.
Yeah, tomorrow-
it was a lot of
it's-
fun
that's-
watching the Game
If
Awards.
you listen to this show, it's going to be December 12th. Our stream should start around 6. Are you cool with that, Drip? Because I know it starts at 6 or 7. 7:30 is when the show starts.
Yeah. Yes. So 7 is when we're starting Eastern.
Yeah,
right?
technically you could
Half hour before the show starts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean their pre-show is going to be on before that, I imagine.
I'm just saying 6 is 7. That's 6 for me. But
7 Eastern.
7 Eastern is when I plan on going live.
Yeah. I mean that's what I planned on. So yeah, it's
Cool.
good.
Cool. So you guys plan on that as well. 7 Eastern tomorrow, December 12th. I'll be hanging out with those folks. People, they might be in and out. I don't know if anyone's gonna be there full time. It's not an episode. It's just a casual stream. You guys in the chat will play a big part of it. Of course, we're just talking to you all night. Talking to
Yeah, we're
Sergio,
watching the- we're
Jeff,
watching the Game
Johnny.
Awards.
Johnny, it's gonna be a very clippable moment here when
We're gonna
Johnny
be-
eats that chip tomorrow. I can't wait.
We're going to be playing the game. Is it on the Switch or is it not on the Switch?
Oh my god, that's my favorite game ever. Is it on? I'm gonna write that down just in case we forget. Is it on the Switch?
I can tell you right now, the answer
not.
to most of
the
those questions
Switch.
tomorrow are going to be no.
That's correct. I would agree with
Absolutely
that.
not.
But maybe they'll shock us. Maybe they'll shock us.
Maybe we'll get a Switch 2 announcement
They
tomorrow.
won't do it. They won't do anything. They hate
Hey,
us.
Jeeb, maybe we'll get a Switch 2 announcement tomorrow. Stop it.
I saw a Twitter post earlier.
Too much.
Someone's like, I'm not saying they're gonna do it.
No, they're not going to do it. Let me tell
Like,
you. Okay,
when you
let's-
start
we'll end the podcast
when you start with, I'm not saying they are, but
But they're fucking not.
you're just baiting.
Okay,
You're
I
baiting.
just want to.
You're just baiting people.
Let's
Reel
yeah.
them back
Oh yeah,
in.
that's bait. That's bait. Let's go back. Let's go back. Game Awards.
I ain't a fish, bro.
From last year. Okay, we'll go from last year all the way back to 2017 when the Switch came out.
Oh.
Okay. I do believe the last first party thing that they showed was DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I believe that was that in 2000?
Didn't they show the trailer? They definitely, it was at E3 where they showed the trailer for this Breath of the Wild 2.
That was not at the Game Awards.
It was E3, right?
It was their direct at E3. Yes, it was the E3 direct. But yes, it was their direct. It was a Nintendo direct during the time of E3.
Okay, so
They
not
don't
counting that then.
They don't do things on other people's time. If it's happening on their terms and their stuff. They're not gonna show up at the Game Awards and announce anything. There's not gonna be a new game announcement from Nintendo. There's not gonna be a console announcement from Nintendo. Take that shit off your bingo cards because it ain't happening. It's not gonna happen.
Maybe I'll try to find bingo cards for tomorrow, or I can even make one. I don't know. We'll see. That might be too much.
I'm sure they're out there. You can probably find them. But that if that's on it, your card sucks already.
Now that I have this PlayStation, I'm so much more into this tomorrow night. I'm going to be looking at it from less of a Nintendo fan's perspective because I know already it's nothing. It's not for me tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's not for me tomorrow. It's for me.
There'll be some fun
it's for
stuff.
me.
That's the thing about the Game
It's for me, the
Awards,
PlayStation fanboy now that I am.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see some
stuff. That's the cool
stuff.
part about it. You get to see. I mean, they do talk about a lot of cool things at the Game Awards. I mean, nothing for Nintendo normally.
Yeah.
And they haven't since Breath of the Wild DLC. I think the only other thing after that, it was a Nintendo exclusive game, but it wasn't a first party game. And it was, what was the Marvel game?
Snap.
Ultimate Alliance 3?
Yeah.
That was the Game Awards thing.
But that's not Nintendo,
thing.
though.
And but it was Nintendo. It's a Switch exclusive. That was like the last thing.
A third party
that
Switch exclusive isn't really going to do it for me unless it's like, Capcom or, somebody big.
Nah, well, I think
Marvel
maybe.
is big, but not in the gaming space. And
No.
Did
you play that new Marvel game?
Yeah,
by the
Snap.
way?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's fun.
No. The one.
I'm
That's,
sorry, not Snap. I just saw a commercial for
Rivals.
Rivals. Yeah.
I tried it, dude. Those games just that Overwatch style. That ain't for me.
But here's the thing, though.
Like
You played Hunters, remember?
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, but this is better than Hunters. Like this is.
I played a little bit. Yesterday morning.
I like the Star Wars IP better in Hunters, but the gameplay is better. There's way more characters, and they're not paid characters, and they're not characters.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're not characters you have to slowly unlock. You just get all the characters. That was so frustrating with Hunters is that there's so few characters, and you slowly unlock them. You just got to play. Very mobile game like, which is that's not a surprise because that's Zynga or whatever that does the Star Wars one. That is a mobile game company, and that makes sense. And they just want time, spend hours and hours grinding for free characters.
They're just incentivizing you to just buy it instead.
Right. So, but this is like you get it all up front, and there's a ton of them, and each character has a very unique play style. Like the Punisher is way different than the Hulk. They're not even close to the same. And there's many characters like that.
I used Venom, and I used who else did I use? Star-Lord.
Yeah, it's just for a game like that. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to grind enough to learn all the special things about it because I know like the characters have like buddies, if you will. So like I know Groot.
Yeah, the team up
things like Groot and Rocket are like a team, and that's all.
Spider-Man.
That is all that I know.
Venom do a thing.
There's some obvious ones I'm sure, but like that. But so as far as like what I know for sure, like that is the only team up I know, and like I'm not going to learn the rest of them. I don't care. Like I just want to kill things. I want to shoot things.
It's cool. It's cool. It looks good. Runs pretty good. I was playing it on the Portal.
Yeah, it runs great at PlayStation. 4K or 1080 120, whatever you want.
I mean,
HDR. It's great. It's whatever.
I'm sure we'll see some of that at the Game Awards tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, guys, make sure to tune in for the Game Awards. Are we doing an after show or not? It's late.
No.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah.
No after show, guys. Sorry about that. But we're gonna sign off for now, and we'll be back tomorrow. Like less than 24 hours away.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. These leaks suck.
Later.
Goodbye.